Hello, everyone. I'm Leon Bibb. The Oxford Dictionary defines leadership as the quality of character and personality that enables a person to gain the confidence of and lead others. Our guest today is the embodiment of this definition. He has led and been gladly followed, not by the example of his power, but by the power of his example. And though there are many who know him as a brilliant strategist, a masterful communicator, and a true patriot, those who know him best know his humanity and humility are what truly define him. It's my honor to welcome General David Petraeus to the show. Good to have you with us.
Well, it's great to be with you, Leon. Thanks for what you did in Vietnam back in the day. Thanks for what your dad did during World War II.
It was my honor and my dad's honor as well. You retired in 2011 after 37 years of service to this country. You retired to the private sector in 2012. Was this transition natural for you, or were there some adjustments you had to make in the new leadership role?
Well, it was fairly natural, actually, because I went from being the director of the CIA, in which I was essentially doing geopolitical risk, albeit for the National Security Council, the president, and so forth, and certainly carrying out various operations around the world. But what I do at KKR, what I started doing at KKR in 2013, was doing geopolitical risk, but for one of the world's greatest investment firms. I chair the KKR Global Institute. I was also made a partner in the firm, and all of this during a period when the firm has had really impressive growth. But my contribution, again, is very similar to what I was doing at the CIA and even in uniform in many respects.
You're in Cleveland to receive the Values in Action Rescuer of Humanity Award. And this award is to show appreciation of what you've accomplished in dealing with humanity and also to inspire others to follow your example. What advice do you give for aspiring leaders?
Well, try to do the right thing, try to be the best that you can be while also being the best team player that you can be. Be kind, try to look to the care of others. You know, in the surge in Iraq, to give you an example, when I took command, first of all, many people thought it was a forlorn cause. They thought it was hopeless. In fact, I actually addressed that in my first remarks. I said, hard is not hopeless. It's very hard, but it's not hopeless. And I think we proved that. Our men and women in uniform, the coalition partners, the Iraqis and so forth, pulled a country out of a vicious, brutal Sunni Shia civil war. I had 6 commands consecutively as a general officer. 5 of those were in combat. The one that was not was where I oversaw what was called the engine of change for our Army, where we overhauled every aspect of preparation of our forces, our leaders, our staffs, our equipment for the operations that we were conducting in Iraq, wrote the counterinsurgency field manual, overhauled all of the professional military education for our commissioned, non-commissioned warrant officers. So when we went back for the surge, we were prepared for what it was that we needed to do.
What makes a good leader, no matter where that leader is?
Well, I think you can boil it down to the ability to perform 4 key tasks. The first is to get the big ideas right, the strategy right for whatever it is that you're in charge of doing. The second is to communicate the big ideas effectively throughout the breadth and depth of your organization. The third is to oversee the implementation of the big ideas. That's what we normally think of as leadership. It's the example that you talked of earlier that the leader provides, the energy, the inspiration. And then it's how you spend your time. Your battle rhythm is crucial. And then a fourth task where you have to sit down formally and determine how you need to refine the big ideas to do it again and again and again. But at the strategic level, at the very top, that first task, if you don't get that right, there is a real challenge.
You've seen a great deal in your career working for the U.S. government, a Central Intelligence Agency, being in the U.S. military. Was there a pivotal challenge in your life?
The pivotal challenge, though, clearly was the execution of the surge in Iraq. It was crafting that strategy, again, communicating it, overseeing the implementation, refining it, and doing it again and again in the face of enormous adversity.
In the positions that you've had, have you had to look upon yourself as to be an inspirational leader?
You have to. And in fact, as I wrote in reflection on the surge, I realized that I had to become the face of the surge. And yes, to be the source of inspiration. I wasn't cheerleading. I was conveying reality to our soldiers. And I did believe that we could actually do what we ultimately did do.
As we do this interview, today marks the 80th anniversary of the D-Day invasion, June 1944. Put yourself in Eisenhower's role as the commander of the Allied forces. You've got to inspire men to hit those beaches. Yep. What do you tell them?
I've done a handful of these in my own day. And, you know, when you do this, you actually realize you're doing this not only for that moment to tell the troops that you're about to do something, you're also doing it for history. And I made sure somebody recorded it.
Yeah. Words have power.
Words have power. The example has power. There were moments where I wanted to let my shoulders slump, where I wanted to hang my head. And you just couldn't allow that to happen. You had to realize that all eyes are on you, that how you react actually influences how they react.
Let me read to you what General Jack Keane said of you. He described you as a caring leader of value-based organizations, both inside and outside of the military. How do values guide your life?
Well, I think it starts with how you interact with people and how you appreciate that everyone is individual, is different, has different motivations, ambitions, all the rest of this, skills, expertise, experience. It does. I was actually part of a department at West Point, the motto of which, this is an academic department, was be kind. And I thought, wow, you know, and this is the social sciences department, which did international relations, economics, and political philosophy. Be kind. And as I thought about it, you know, there's a lot to be said for that. Believe that people actually really want to do and be the best that they can be, as opposed to thinking that they're slackers or something like this, and then let them disprove you. Try to provide preemptive praise. I'm looking forward to confirming your excellence on that particular task, and I can't wait to see it on my desk on Monday morning.
Let's dissect this kindness approach a little bit. Can you be kind and strong in the military at the same time?
Sure you can, absolutely. And General Keane was, by the way, as well. You can't fake loving soldiers. Everybody says, oh, I love the troops and all this stuff. Some really don't. And again, the troops figure that out pretty quickly. You can't fake it around them. But you have to have that kind of conviction. You have to get energized by that. You have to actually be concerned. And if you don't, then don't be doing what it is that you're engaged in.
And when you have that, those troops will follow you.
Well, they do. There's no question about it. I think it's really important for future leaders to understand that nobody wants to be led by somebody who's proud to be average. They want to be led by somebody who is as capable and competent and confident and energetic and determined as is absolutely possible, because that's the leader who's going to give them the most chance of coming home alive. And you need to take that seriously. And those of you who are out there satisfied with the gentleman's bee, you need to do a little soul searching and looking in the mirror.
Amen to that. Many thanks.
Thanks, Leon.
We've been chatting with General David Petraeus, talking about values and leadership and kindness and a bunch of other things. We appreciate you being on the broadcast today.
Great to be with you.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Good to be with you as well.
You bet.
That's going to do it. I'm Leon Bibb for the Kindland Report. So long until next time.